About Canada with our new Canadians led by Lisa Richard.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras s'est porté le pays, il s'est porté la croix. Ton espoir épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Give it up for our new Canadians. Welcome home, everybody.
It's the GGs and the Ravens. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Nate Philly, Vince Williams on hand. And Nate, this matchup that most folks wanted to see, the matchup between these two storybook programs clashing at the national stage for the third time. However, this time for a berth to compete for gold tomorrow evening. Not much has to be said about this matchup to set the stage.
Here's the road to the Final Four and how these teams got here. Ottawa GGs. Unbelievable performance yesterday against the University of Winnipeg. Pretty much dominated start to finish. Carleton got pushed to the limit by UQAM. Came down to the last possession, and they found a way to pull out a gutsy 2-point win. UVic is standing here still, and St. FX will be in the next final. But this is the big show. This is the big dance, Final Four. The matchup that many people want to see across Canada. You know, we all know how storied these programs are, and University of Ottawa is trying to break through here and become a championship contender, and Carleton is the one standing in their way. So this is an exciting matchup. Obviously, Ottawa won the championship in the Wilson Cup. Carleton won the previous two matchups, and this one, it's for all the marbles. The big dance, the big show.
Last time these two met at the Nationals, 2015, it was the final in Toronto. Carleton won it 93-46. In 2014, they did the dance as well in Ottawa. Carleton got it done again, 79-67. 0-4 are the Ottawa GGs at the biggest stage, and they are looking to rewrite history tonight. The GGs, the Ravens, right here on CBC Sports. Carleton will go with Shepard, Latif, Bailey, Warren Holtz, and Vrakin. The GGs in Kumsa, Stayich, O2, Newton, and Pepin. Three officials tonight: Nate Saunders from the OUA, Kevin Lee from Canada West, and Tanner Servo also from Canada West. And we are underway. Tip-off controlled by the Ravens. Shepard, three-pointer, won't fall for Vrakin. Back the other way, here's O2. He was lights out from downtown yesterday versus the Westman. 15 points, 5 of 8 from long range was O2. Newton for 3. Wild shot off the side of the backboard. Warren Holtz. Aiden Warren Holtz gets inside. Bumped by Newton, step back, better believe it, it's here.
Great move, create separation, spin back opposite, and he gave a heavy dose of that yesterday against UQAM.
First team All-Canadian, Aiden Warren Holtz. 6'2" from Canada, Ontario in his fourth year. Pepin's 3 won't go. Warren Holtz, 29 points, 6 rebounds, 4 of 8 from downtown yesterday. Latif, cut off by Stayich. Now This is a battle to watch tonight. Shepherd and Kamsa.
Yeah, Shepherd was absolutely dominant yesterday against UQAM. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit more of a physical matchup against the University of Ottawa today.
And Warren Holtz, 2 for 2. Gets the shooter's roll. 4-0 start for the Ravens. And Kamsa. Quick ball move to Pepin. Blow by. Pull up. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2. Is Guillaume. He had 22 points yesterday, 9 of 11 from the field. Steal, run out, here's Stuyach. 0-2, he'll lay it up and in. So it's the defense on the other end, and they were stifling versus the Westmen.
Arguably the best defensive performance we've seen in the tournament so far. The University of Ottawa took Winnipeg completely out of everything they wanted to accomplish yesterday.
They limit their opposition. And that 3 by Latif. Azir was outstanding. He had 12 points. Chipped in some timely points versus UQAM. They relied on him in that second half.
Yeah, Azir stepped up really well yesterday against UQAM when they needed it.
That shot is short. Shepherd with the rebound. Run out. Breaking. Latif, blow by. Gets it back. Warren Holtz. Step through. Drops it off to Shepherd, and Shepherd lays it up and in.
Fantastic pass there by Aiden Warren Holtz. Gets his man off his feet. Beautiful drop off.
7-point lead for the Ravens. Off to a quick start in this one. Pepin, 3-pointer. Won't fall. Another rebound by Shepherd. His second of the game. Breaking. Looking to go inside. Warren Holtz. Gets cut off by 0-2. No problem. Pull up is there. Aiden Warren Holtz. Perfect from the floor. He's got 6 of the 11 Ravens points.
He looks absolutely locked in to start this game. In a groove right away.
0-2 on the reversal. Good looking move there, finished by Kevin 0-2. Battling back and forth, the GGs and the Ravens. And a foul on Pepin. Canada's best university men's volleyball teams head-to-head in Hamilton next weekend for the 2023 U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship. Catch every second of the action beginning Friday, March 17th, only on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and the CBC Olympic YouTube channel. Substitutions for both of these teams as the GGs will bring in Brock Newton off the bench and Grametta. Grametta on the run out. Grametta to the rim. Throws it up. He'll draw the contact and he'll shoot 2. So Grametta in there for the GGs. And for the Ravens, they will counter with Serafin along with Okado. Grametta.
He gave them some really, really good minutes yesterday. Spark off the bench, athletic, did a great job drawing contact there. Physical wing, tough matchup.
He'll knock down both. The 6'4" freshman from Cameroon. 5-point game. Here's Warren Holtz, perfect from the floor. Bailey, Okada. Okado drops it off to Warren Holtz. Warren Holtz gets inside. Bailey, 3-pointer. Won't go. GG's back the other way. Pepin. Stuyach. He was dynamite on both ends of the floor. Okado will be called for his first personal. Good look at him. 6'1" freshman from Calgary, Alberta. But getting back to Stuyach, this guy was all over the floor. The 6'2" junior from Waterloo. 8 assists, 8 rebounds, and 4 steals. He was Mr. 50-50 ball.
He really controlled the tempo yesterday. Really solid with the ball. Set teammates up beautifully and really set the stage for a dominant win yesterday.
Floater for Newton, not there. Cole couldn't finish. Brock couldn't follow up. Vraken, nice move. He'll lay it up and in. Beautiful take by Vraken. Cole Newton for three. Yes! Nothing but nylon for Cole.
Big shot for them. Just got the feeling there was a little nervous energy with the GGs, maybe a little overhyped for this game, but that shot will definitely help them settle in.
6'3" sophomore from Fergus, Ontario. 15 points yesterday for Newton on 6 of 10 shooting. Tries to get inside once again. Teardrop won't fall. Samaha will pick up the rebound, checking in for the first time for the Ravens. Serafin. Survey. Okado. Three-pointer. And Cole Newton will track it down. Stuyach back to Cole Newton. He'll flip it inside to Brock Newton. Now he'll try to go to work. Draws the double.
Great defense. Oh.
And Samaha will be called for the foul.
Carleton's going to hate that call. Brock Newton had no space to operate there. Stifling defense, and bailout call there at the last second.
4-point lead for the Ravens. We'll step aside on the other side. We'll be back. You're watching U Sports on CBC. FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics, as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics, proven technology, is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the launch of FLW Analytics in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. Stuyach will inbound for the GGs, trailing by 4. Stuyach to the rim, blocked by Serafin. It'll stay with the GGs. 6 on the shot clock.
Great defense there. Stuck with him, tough block.
Pepin, fade away, Butter.
Go-to shot for Guillaume Pepin. He did that beautifully yesterday, over and over.
Yes, he could do it off the bounce. We talked about the evolution of that move, right? Seen it first by, in the 80s. You got to give credit to Larry Bird. Then Michael Jordan picked it up. Then Kobe Bryant, he picked it up from Michael Jordan. The best of U Sports women's hockey hit the ice next weekend at the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship in Montreal. Catch all the action beginning March 16th on CBCSports.ca and CBC Gen. Kumsa will check back in. 0-2 as well. Guamata And Brock Newton will go to the bench for the GGs. 0-2 leading the way with 4 points. He's perfect from the floor. For the GGs. Here's Wazir Latif. Serafin. Reggie gets inside, turns it over. Numbers are on the run out. 0-2 took it right to the rim. Outstanding transition defense by Warren Holtz.
Carleton does an unbelievable job getting back to transition defense. Not allowing anything easy in transition.
And Stuyach ties up Warren Holtz. Possession arrow will favor the GGs. As Brock Newton will come back, Guillaume Pepin will sit down. Coming in for the first time for the Ravens is Jacob Knight. He comes up. Loses the handle, gets it back. 0-2, looking for space. Cole Newton gets inside. He'll draw the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Newton, a 76% free throw shooter.
That was actually a phenomenal defensive possession there by Carleton. Maybe just a little bit of a reach there at the end, but love the activity with the hands, swiping at the ball. It's going to be very, very tough to score on the Ravens tonight.
Newton knocks down the first. Second one's good. So Newton's got 5 on 1 of 4 shooting from the floor with 2 rebounds. Bailey. Warren Holtz. Warren Holtz gets it back. He'll try to go to work here on Brock Newton. Gets inside, drops it off to Knight. Outstanding decision there by Jacob Knight.
Really nice use of the shot fake there. Get the Ottawa Bigs off their feet.
Correction, that's Ben Riley who's checked in. Got some confusion there on the rosters. Go ahead, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, let's take a look at this use of the bounce pass here by Aiden Warren Holtz. Draws 2 defenders, great drop-off pass, and fantastic pump fake there.
Ben Riley able to convert. Here's Warren Holtz. Tried to find Riley on the cross-court pass. We talked about the defense for both of these teams. I mean, they're going to play hard. They know each other's tendencies. There is no unknown in this matchup.
Yeah, 4th matchup of the year, and these teams know each other inside out. They know what they each had for breakfast, and 2 high-level defensive teams, no matter who they're playing. So, yeah, we're going to see some incredible defense tonight.
Stuyach, 3-pointer, puts it in.
Big shot for them. Rhythm 3 open for Stuyach, and he stuck it. Made no mistake.
Shoots it at 33% from downtown. Averages 8 points. Gives the GGs back the lead. Ravens, and there is Warren Holtz. Continuing to be perfect from the field.
Aiden Warren Holtz, you can't say enough about how well he played yesterday. He's just dynamite on both ends. And he's done it throughout his career.
Board!
Ravens get back the lead. Hey! Stuyach back to back. Yes! From downtown, Dragon Stuyach gives the GGs a 2-point lead. Shepard draws the double.
Oh!
And 0-2 will pick up the foul.
And let's take a look at these back-to-back threes here by Dragan Stuyach. Here's how you need to beat Carleton from the perimeter. You got to keep them honest and be able to make shots. Great rhythm 3 there. Stuck it. Offensive rebound. We talked about it all weekend. The quality of shots you get off offensive rebounds, and he made no mistake. Very good start for Dragan Stuyach.
So he'll go to the bench. Substitution for him. Guillaume Pepin will come back. Difference of 7 seconds on the shot clock, game clock. Breaking, banks it home. Ties it up at 19. Last chance here before the end of that quarter. And Cole Newton will draw the foul on Semifinal, and he'll shoot 2.
Good tough drive to finish the quarter here. Not settling for jumpers. Trying to pick up a foul or get a layup here. Very strong start for Cole Newton. It's been a really good quarter for him.
Just confident, just showing the confidence. Not afraid of the moment. Can't be afraid of the moment in this situation.
Yeah, and I think that's really what separates Ottawa and Carleton is just the pace that they play at, and we're seeing that in this first quarter on both ends. You know, not a lot of teams can keep up with that pace for 40 minutes.
So Newton will knock down 2 more. Warren Holtz heaves it, counts if it goes, and it won't. After 1 quarter, the GGs lead by 2. We're back after these messages. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Fans, you too can celebrate each U Sports team's gold medal with victory. Your very own commemorative apparel from T. Litson Sports. Swimming fans of the UBC Thunderbirds and the U of T Varsity Blues, while wrestling fans of the Brock Badgers and the Alberta Pandas have been flocking to shop.usports.ca to purchase their piece of history. On Monday, the championship collection from this tournament will be available for purchase. But hurry, supplies will go fast on this limited time offer. That's the U Sports Championship Collection on sale at shop.usports.ca. Good look at Taffy Charles and the Carleton Ravens alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand here at the Scotiabank Center. Good crowd on hand. Lower bowl just about full. And the crowds this weekend have been tremendous here in Halifax.
Yeah, we're getting great attendance, great energy, you know, just what you expect from the Nationals at Halifax. Nothing like Nationals in Scotiabank Center, and we're in for a classic here. Great start to this game.
Carleton will start with possession here in the second quarter. Shepard backing down Newton. Can't finish with the left hand. Tried to get his own rebound. And we'll have a whistle and a foul on Grant Shepard. Looking around a little in disbelief there.
A very different start to the game for Grant Shepard. He was absolutely dominant yesterday against UQAM, with UQAM's star center Alex Lochard being out of the game. He was a boy amongst, or a man amongst boys for a lot of that game, but very, very different. A lot of traffic, and it's much tougher for him to score tonight.
Yes, the 6'10", fifth-year senior from Kelowna, BC. 18 points and 8 rebounds. Pepin's three won't fall. Pepin off to a slow start, 1 for 5 from the floor. 0 for 3 from downtown. Warren Holtz. That won't go. Guametta, baseline drive, lays it up and in. Beautiful move on the baseline by Guametta.
Great transition offense there by U Ottawa. Something they did very, very effectively yesterday against Winnipeg.
CBC Sports is your home for the 2023 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship from Vancouver. Catch the best in University Women's Volleyball starting Friday, March 17th on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Olympics YouTube channel. So a foul, and that'll be on the GGs. Cole Newton will pick up the foul. That's his first, team's first.
Yeah, great aggressive drive there by Connor Braken, taking it right to the numbers and trying to finish through contact. That was an aggressive, strong take.
Shoots it at 89% from the stripe. It is the 6'5" junior from Kingston, Ontario, averaging 13 points per game and 6 rebounds. 0-2 off the handoff. Kevin trying to get space. Wazir Latif not giving it to him. A little bit too aggressive there. He'll be called for the foul.
Yeah, two hands on him with the freedom of movement rules. That's an automatic foul as soon as you have 2 hands on the offensive player.
So Ocado will come in for the Ravens. And Kamsa will check in as well.
Yeah, lost his balance, a little too much dribbling there into 2 defenders, and just lost control. Looks like Coach Derwine wants a foul there, but definitely looks like he just slipped and fell.
Third turnover committed by the GGs. Shepard. Do not allow him to go one-on-one. Double comes every time. Nice layup there by Braken. Shepard can't finish. Again, point-blank range. Grant just can't finish at the rim.
A lot of traffic and a lot of physicality down there for Grant Shepard tonight. Very different look.
He's got to deal with Josh on the other end, one-on-one in the post.
Josh Nkamsa is a grown man. He is a handful for any opposing big man. Very, very tough to move him off the block. And little known fact, his brother actually plays football for the Ottawa GGs, and he's definitely got that defensive end body that could just steamroll people.
It right off my lips. I was going to ask, he'd be an outstanding linebacker or defensive end coming off the edge.
Oh yeah,
with his athletic ability.
Imagine trying to block him. Forget about it.
3-point lead for the GGs. Warnholz almost turns it over. And in the passing lane, deflected out of bounds by Stajic. Good look at Taffy Charles there, the head coach of the GGs in his 4th season. Back-to-back championships. Also won a championship in 17 years as the women's coach at Carleton. Guy knows how to win, right?
And Taffy's done a great job, following in the footsteps of the legendary Dave Smart.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we can't say enough about Dave Smart and the program that he's built. But Taffy's really come in and made the program his own. Obviously he's heavily influenced by Dave Smart and his philosophies, but Taffy's his own man, his own coach, and he's put his imprint on this program.
Smart still involved. Basketball operations.
Right.
Pepe for 3. Can't get on track as Guillaume. They really need him in this game. Shooters will continue to shoot though, and Pepe will try. And Kamsa with the block. Second try there by Bailey's denied, ripped away by Stajic.
Great defense on the interior there by the University of Ottawa GGs. Nothing inside for the Carleton Bigs right now.
Pepe spins in the lane. Quick ball movement. Cole Newton for 3. That'll rim out. Ocado. Thought about that 3-pointer. Now they're trying to work it inside the Shepard. Trying to get him on track. Ocado for 3. Yes! And that'll force a timeout call by the GGs.
Big shot there from Carleton. Driving kick. Got Ocado an open look on the wing, and that's textbook Carleton offense. Driving kick.
Tied up at 24 here. We're back after these messages. You're watching New Sports on CBC.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 Esports Basketball Final on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics, proven technology, is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the launch of FLW Analytics in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. Tied up at 24 apiece alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. Prior to this matchup, these two teams have met 141 times. Carleton has won 101 times and the GG's 40. That is a lot of basketball between these two Storybrooke programs.
Yeah, and I said it earlier in the day that that really this rivalry, for us in Canada would be comparable to the Duke versus North Carolina rivalry down in the States. It's one of the greatest rivalries that we have in Canada, and every matchup is an absolute war.
Cole Newton, three-pointer, had a good look. Chased down by Vraken. Connor Vraken. Aiden Warnholtz now. Warnholtz from way out, three-pointer. Wow. Puts it in.
Big time shot. And that's what Carleton does. They'll punish you for breakdowns. So they went under the screen there. Automatically, Aiden Warnholtz stepped back, shoots behind it, and that's a big bucket for Carleton.
Canada Best University men's hockey teams head to Charlottetown next week for the 2023 Cavendish Farms University Cup Championship. Catch every second of the exciting action beginning March 16th, only on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and the CBC Sports app. And Guillaume Pepin is struggling right now for the Ottawa GGs. He'll check out of the game. Brock Newton will check in. Pepin 1 for 8, 0 for 6 from downtown.
And I think the key stat there is 0 for 6 from 3, right? That's not the game that he wants to play, and Carleton is forcing him into that right now. They know his game well, and where he's high level is on the block and from mid-range, but don't want him settling for too many threes.
He was 2 for 3 yesterday versus the Westmead. Shoots it at 37% downtown is the All-Canadian. Nice backdoor cut and finish by Brock Newton. Yeah, the 6'6", fourth-year senior. He could really shoot the basketball, but he's going to continue to shoot. As long, he's not going to stop shooting. They rely on his shooting and decision-making.
Yeah, and not to say that he's not a great shooter, because he is, but I think his interior game and his mid-range game sets up the three-point game, right? You don't want him starting from 3. You want him starting on the block and mid-range to set up the 3.
It's always good to know and get a great coach's perspective. Thank you, my friend.
That's my pleasure, Vince.
3 balls, nothing but net down the other end. Beautiful shot, getting it going was Serafine.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this pass here. Aiden Warnholtz might have been a foul, but finds a way to get that pass out, and big-time shot for Carleton. Aiden Warnholtz finds a way to make plays.
Now Reggie Serafine, the 6'5" freshman from Ottawa, shoots it at 31% from downtown, averaging 4 points off the bench. For Taffy Charles. Tecumseh goes 1 for 2. And Bailey can't handle the rebound. He's battling underneath. It was Elliot Bailey, the 6'7" from England.
We've been talking about offensive rebounding this whole tournament. There, Ottawa gets a second shot, and let's see if they can make Carleton pay for it here.
Tecumseh. Samaha battling inside. Frustration there by Samaha. Had good positioning, but it's just an immovable force in Tecumseh.
Yeah, and we're going to take a look at some of the 3 balls here by Carleton. Drive and kick, textbook Carleton. Draws a second defender and beautiful pass out. And then here, you go under a screen. Connor is going to make you pay. Sorry, Aiden Warnholtz is going to make you pay. So, and here again, precise, picks apart the defense, draw second, kick out to an open shooter.
So Evan Meyer will check into the game. Mayer, excuse me. 6'9", off the bench. I do believe it's the first time we've seen him in the tournament for the Ravens. So Taffy Charles going deep into his bench. Okado, 3-pointer, nothing but net.
Okado sure doesn't look like a rookie. He's got a lot of confidence, and he's letting it fly when he's got space from 3. Great start for Okado.
6 for 10 for downtown are the Ravens. Another strong move.
Yeah, they're having major problems with Tecumseh. He's giving them all kinds of fits.
Mayer's got his work cut out for him down the other end defensively. Breaking. Foul away from the ball. And that's on Stuyach. That'll be his first. Team foul number 2. Granada will check out. Cole Newton will come in.
Worth noting, this is number 14, Evan Meyer's first appearance this Final 8 tournament for Carleton, and Carleton's now, the 3rd big that they're trying on Josh Tecumseh, right? So we see the effect that he's having on the Carleton defense.
I echo it, for sure. He's got his work cut out. Warnholtz. And Tecumseh with the rebound. Stuyach try to drop it off to Tecumseh. Rips it away from Vraken. Quick hands by Dragan Stuyach. 3-pointer. That'll remote. Bailey with the rebound. Warnholtz will dribble it over the timeline. Here's Aiden. Draws the double. Low by. Bailey spins in the lane. And Bailey's fouled. Frustration there as Brock Newton try to steal it away.
And Bailey's a guy that really wants to get going in this tournament. Struggled badly yesterday with foul trouble. Had three fouls in the first half, quick ones, and just never got in a rhythm. So I know he wants to perform here today and get going.
And Taffy Charles will call timeouts, just as Serafine will come in for Bailey. So the Ravens leading by 3, and the pace as predicted. Just surgical, right? Surgical, taking the time. There is no unknown. We've seen you a lot. We've seen you a lot. If we can't see you, we'll go over cross campus and go see you. Play your game, scout you. So they are well known to each other. There is no unknowns. It just comes down to execution now.
Yeah, and watching a game like this, I think to the common observer, they don't know the technicalities of what's going into a game like this. But like you said, surgical precision on both ends of the floor, from scouting, knowing personnel, knowing each other's tendencies and weaknesses, matchups that they're trying to expose and exploit, certain attacks on the offensive glass. There's so much technical detail that's going into a game like this, and, fun to watch for the savvy observer, for the casual observer. I don't know if they know what they're really watching yet, but it's a high level game, and one team is going to create separation eventually.
The Ravens leaving by 3. 3:07 remaining in the first half. Aiden Warnholtz will inbound on the baseline. Breaking, tough catch on the sideline. Great heads-up play there. Throwing it off of Cole Newton. Warnholtz again will trigger, this time from the sideline. Nope. He's looking for Okado to throw it in. And Kamsa a little bit too aggressive there on Mayer.
That's a bad foul for Nkamsa. Holding on an inbounds is not a foul that you want to pick up. That's a careless foul there.
Free kick, fade away, nothing but net. Leads up to 5 for the Ravens.
Slip there by Nkamsa.
Trying to back down Vraken. You're trying to throw everybody on Josh Nkamsa. He'll sit down. Guillaume Pepin will come in. 2:48 here left in the second quarter, and a bench warning. Nick Saunders from the OUA, very familiar with these two teams.
Factor we're going to have to keep an eye on is as dominant physically as Nkamsa was, he wasn't making him pay from the free throw line. So that's something that he's got to take advantage of, is if you're going to get fouled and sent to the free throw line, you've got to be able to make free throws and make him pay.
3 for 6 from the stripe for Nkamsa. Guillaume Pepin will shoot 2. The Ravens over the limit. Bonus situation. Pepin, you can just see the frustration right there, right?
Yeah.
Made the shot, gave him a little tap on the head. We mentioned it several times. This sport, 10% is physical, 90% of it's mental.
Exactly. And getting to the free throw line is a great way to get going and get in rhythm. So hopefully that gets Guillaume going.
Okado gets inside, and he'll be called for the walk. Substitution here for the Ravens. Bailey will check out. Reggie Serafin will check in, and this time the GGs will call timeout. So none of the coaches are leaving timeouts on the board. They're going to use them all.
Yeah, and you know, to that point, talking earlier about the savvy observer versus the casual observer, you know, whether you're savvy or casual, this is high level university basketball that is a joy to watch.
So let's take a look at the brackets, and this is what it's all about. We have 4 teams competing for a gold medal. See to the right of your screen, GG's Ravens. The nightcap will be a thriller. Vikes, X-Men, and they will fight for the chance to hoist the trophy tomorrow night.
And Vince, we were here last night. This building was absolutely rocking for X, and tonight it's going to be electric. The roof is going to be coming off, and can't wait for that matchup. But we got some business to handle here with 2 of the top teams in the OUA doing battle first.
And we talked about this several times before we come on air. It would be no different if this tournament was hosted somewhere else in the country by one of the 4 conferences as the host. They would expect their home crowd to come in and support their team.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? That bottom line, that's what happens across the country when this tournament is played. They come out in droves.
So right,
and rightfully so, and you should. This is high quality basketball. It's
So
not the
true,
top
Vince.
tier basketball in this country, a very close second.
Yep. Only thing above this basketball is the Toronto Raptors. That's it.
Yeah, on the amateur level, or we're
Absolutely.
talking amateur and professional.
Yep.
And this basketball feeds into another domestic league in our country, the CEBL.
That's right.
They draft these young men to play in the league to mentor them and make sure, give them the tools that they need to go back to their universities with things they probably didn't have before they got there. And that's extremely important.
That's a great point. CBL has been a huge addition to the Canadian basketball landscape and another incredible resource for the development of basketball in Canada.
Vraikin is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and we mentioned the Toronto Raptors. There's a ripple effect that's happened with the Raptors being as good as they have been in Canada. So many young players picking up basketballs for the first time. Looking up to players like Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan and all the stars that they have now. Great documentary on Netflix called The Carter Effect. If you haven't watched it, absolutely must watch. Just the effect that Vince Carter had on so many of the Canadian players in the NBA now, looking up to Vince as young players and inspired them to dream big.
Pure gold. Pure gold. I tell you, I was almost shell-shocked. Had to do a job as an intern at Sportsnet. Carter came in when he's with the Grizzlies. I had to interview the man, and I almost lost my voice. It was a moment I'll never forget.
Yep.
Outside their locker room, post-game versus the Raptors. And just to follow up on the CBL, you look at the Player of the Year, Thomas Kennedy from the Windsor Lancers. He got some tutelage playing in that league. And we'll see another guy in the next game for St. Yvette's, David Moncat. He made it all the way to the final with the Scarborough Shooting Stars. #1 draft pick last season.
And in this game, Guillaume Pépin.
Absolutely. Can't forget him.
Yep. It's had a major impact on youth sports basketball and the Canadian basketball landscape.
Connor Vraikin with the finish on the back door. Here's 0-2 on the drop. Keeps his pivot foot. No, he didn't. Slid it a little there, and that'll be a turnover.
Little sloppy here the last couple of minutes. A lot of it is defense, but some of it is lack of focus by these players too. Both teams want to get back in rhythm.
Turnover number 10. Excuse me, 4 for the GGs. Warnholtz. Corner 3, Serafin. Air ball. Cole Newton looking to push. Under a minute to go in the half. Steyer's stolen by Serafin.
Yep. Coach Darren frustrated there. They missed a travel there in the backcourt. Absolutely.
Mercado. Vraikin takes a peek at this clock. Great awareness there. Vraikin spins, fade away. Try to get in his bag, and he throws up the air ball. Great challenge though. Step for step was Cole Newton.
Great defense there by the GGs. And these are big moments here where you're finishing a quarter. You want to capture the momentum for the quarter going into the second. And it's a big stop. 13 seconds left, and Brock Newton is on the free throw line for 2 uncontested shots. So big stop there for the GGs.
13 seconds remaining in the half. Pepin will sit down. Juanetta will come in for the GGs.
And again, missed free throws. Got to make them pay. You got to stick these free throws.
11 for 17 up to this point for the GGs. Brock shoots it at 43%. 1 for 2, and if he can make 1 for 2 at that percentage, that's a win. Timeout on the floor. 5-point lead for the Ravens.
So it's just too tough to score to leave points off the board like that. High-level games like this, anytime you get an opportunity, you got to make free throws. So those are costly, and you hope they don't come back to bite you in the fourth quarter at end of game situations.
It's free throws and rebounding. We saw it last night.
Yep.
UVic was able to get the rebounding that they needed. Timely rebounding from one of the top rebounders in the country, Dominic Oliveri. He was outstanding on the rebounding end of the things. In particular, on the offense. Taffy Charles in his 4th season. Very, very intense coach. You know him very well.
Yeah, and again, Taffy is from the Dave Smart School of Coaching, and they definitely take similar approaches of intensity and just trying to squeeze every ounce of effort they can from every player they have. So Taffy's fired up. I'm sure he's not happy with what's happening on the court yet. It's a standard of perfection, and they're trying to find a way to win this game and move on to the finals.
53-5 in league play in the OUA. 12-2 in the playoffs is Taffy Charles at the helm in his 4th year for the Ravens. Okado to the rim. Toner game. It's good. 0-2. It'll count if it goes. And it won't. 7-point lead for the defending champions. Back-to-back, the Ravens. Impressive 20 minutes. They have a 7-point lead here. And your quick thoughts, Nate?
Yeah, Carleton created some separation there just with execution and key moments, and that last sequence was a great example.
And Taffy Charles, he's got to be a lot happier tonight than he was yesterday in that battle against UCAM. And standing by is the head coach of the Carleton Ravens, Taffy Charles. Coach, your perspective on the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I thought we defended much better, defensively. I mean, we know them very well. I think we're doing some good things. We're doing some second and third efforts. I think that's probably the biggest thing I'd say. Our secondary and third efforts are pretty good. We still got to be better on the offensive rebounds. We got a couple of offensive rebounds and then kickouts for threes, so we got to do a lot better job on that. But reality is pretty happy where we're at so far. I thought we've executed the game plan pretty well. And
the second half, what are the adjustments?
Again, I don't know if we adjust too much. Just try and stop fouling. Again, I think maybe in the 4th quarter the fouls, the foul count will come down. I thought there's a couple of cheap ones, but the reality is that we just got to keep rebounding, keep doing our things. That's probably the biggest thing I'd say.
How difficult is it to coach in one of these games when you guys you're not unknown? You know each other very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult, but then again, it's easy too. As I was telling somebody, I probably got the most amount of sleep that I normally get in the semifinal just because I know them so well. Versus when you play a semifinal team that you don't know anything about them, then you're basically up all night trying to figure out what they're about. So it was nice to be able to get like 6 hours sleep at this time of the year. So again, the familiarity is bad, but sometimes it's good when you're doing game planning.
Coach, we appreciate you. Thank you for this. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Head coach Taffy Charles. The Ravens, 7-point lead. Nate, you heard him. Got to get that sleep, right?
Yeah, no, these teams know each other inside out, and Carleton definitely capitalizing on that, trying to take key guys away from their strengths. Guillaume Pépin got off to a slow start there in the first half. Kevin Otu got off to a slow start. So I think they're doing a good job knowing their personnel.
So at the half, the Ravens lead by 7. We're back after these messages with the Wilson Halftime Report. Stay with us. You're watching New Sports on CBC.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Catch the best in Atlantic University sport excitement at home or on the go with AUS TV. Soccer, rugby, football, volleyball, hockey, basketball, and more. Tune in at AUSTV.ca. All your favorite university teams showcasing their talents in one place. AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliance. They bring it to the court. They bring it to the field. They bring it to the ice. And now they bring it to you. Presented by Subway, the official fuel of Atlantic University Sport.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
The nominees for the Mike Moser Memorial Trophy as the U Sports Outstanding Men's Basketball Player of the Year are, en nomination pour le trophée commémoratif Mike Moser présenté à l'athlète de l'année en basketball masculin U-Sport, des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Elijah Miller, Université de l'Île-du-Prince-Édouard, UPEI. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Sidney Tremblay-Lacombe, Université Laval University. Du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Thomas Kennedy, Université de Windsor, University of Windsor. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Diego Mafia, Université de Victoria, University of Victoria. Le lauréat du trophée commémoratif Mike Moser, décerné au joueur de l'année en basketball masculin U-Sport est, the winner of the Mike Moser Memorial Trophy as the U-Sports Player of the Year in men's basketball is Thomas Kennedy, Université de Windsor, University of Windsor.
Back at Halifax alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. After 20 minutes, Ravens lead by 7. And let's take a look at the numbers brought to you by Wilson.
Yeah, Carleton really created some separation there in the second quarter, forcing Ottawa to take tough contested threes. So Ottawa was 0 for 7 from 3 in the second quarter, 25% for the half, 32% from the field. So obviously Carleton ratcheted up the defense in the second quarter, and that's really where they created separation.
And we're back after these messages. You're watching CBC Sports continuous coverage of the 2023 U Sports Final 8 Men's Basketball Championship.
They want to do in life. Others come to discover it. Either way, there's a path for them at U Ottawa. A path to knowledge, a path to success. You study with professors who are leaders in their field. 89 of them hold Canada Research Chairs. Along your path, you will find student mentors, counselors, and coaches, all there to give you the support you need to be the best you can be.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
The stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
The nominees for the Defensive Player of the Year in U Sports Men's Basketball are, en nomination pour le prix de joueur défensif de l'année en basketball masculin U-Sport 2023, des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, David Muncat, Université Saint-FX University. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Bahaid Haidara, Université du Québec à Montréal, UQAM. Du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Khalil Miller, Université McMaster University. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Anthony Tigakili, Université Brandon University. Le lauréat du prix du joueur défensif de l'année en basketball masculin U-Sport 2023, the winner of the U-Sports Men's Basketball Defensive Player of the Year Award is David Muncat, Université Saint-FX University.
Back in Halifax alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. We're at the half, a 7-point game. The Ravens over the GGs. And let's take a look at the brackets to see how we got here. And semifinal number 1. 20 more minutes left in this one. As you can see, the GGs and the Ravens and the nightcap. Semifinal number 2, the conclusion of Super Saturday. The Vikes and the X-Men. And boy, oh boy, that will be a game for the ages. This building will be rocking. It will be electric, Nate.
Can't wait to see it. X, the hosts, first time in Nationals in 13 years. They absolutely steamrolled UPEI in the AUS championship game and looked just as good yesterday.
So with this, that matchup between these two teams, your quick thoughts, what will be the separation?
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see the pace from UVic. We talked about it yesterday. We thought they were a little bit casual yesterday. So for them, they're going to have to turn up the energy because X was electric yesterday and just on fire.
And standing by is the head coach for the GGs, James DeRuin. Coach, your perspective on the first 20 minutes.
Well, we're stuck 7 here. I thought our defense got off to a slow start. I thought it settled down after that. I thought we did some good things defensively for the next part, but we're having trouble containing Aiden and Vreeken. They're obviously off to a great start at this game. And on the offensive end, we're struggling. We're struggling to make shots. In particular, Cole and Guillaume, our 2 leading scorers, I think, are 2 for 16 here, so we need them to be better in the second half.
The familiarity, of the opponent. There's no unknown between you two. How difficult is it to coach in this type of game?
I mean, it's always difficult to coach against Carleton. They're a great team. The familiarity certainly makes for a little bit of a rock fight at times, I think. Like, both teams know each other so well. But there's 2 great teams, lots of good players out here, so I think you'll see a better second half.
Thanks for this, Coach. Good luck in the second half. We appreciate you.
Okay, guys. Thank you much.
Head coach James DeRuin, Ottawa GGs, you heard it there, Nate. The unknown, it's on both sides. Both of these coaches and their staff have to do a lot of scouting and belief in the things that they do and hope that the execution is there. It comes down to execution in these type of games.
Yeah, and I think there's advantages and disadvantages to knowing a team this well inside out. You know, obviously it's easier to scout, but then it's easier, you know, it's much, much tougher to score and get it done on the offensive end when they know everything that you're doing. So, you know, it's going to come down to a battle of wills, a battle of execution, and the team that plays better, makes shots, and executes on both ends will find a way to get this one done and move on to the finals.
But ultimately, as a coach, and I'm going to, you know, ask you once again, put your coach's hat on. You want to be familiar. That's what it's all about when you're scouting them. But it's so hard sometimes to be too familiar with your opponent.
Yeah, and it just comes down to details. You know, there's only so many wrinkles and tweaks that you can add at this stage when you've been practicing, you know, similar concepts throughout the season. So, you know, it's more executing what you do at the highest level and finding ways to get open shots and get it done.
And Aiden Warholtz will foul Kevin O'Toole from beyond the arc to start this third quarter. He'll shoot 3 as the GGs with possession to start the second half. And this is encouraging for Kevin O'Toole.
Yeah, we talked about that cardinal sin of never foul a 3-point shooter on a closeout, and Aiden Warnholtz made an uncharacteristic breakdown there, fouling O'Toole on a 3-point shot and giving him 3 easy ones.
Shoots it at 83%. There's Kevin O'Toole, the 6'4", fourth-year senior from Toronto. Pretty much automatic from the stripe, and he shows you why. So they needed that 3 points right out of the gate here in the second half as head coach James DeRuin looking for some resolve here. Needs his team to play better. Warnholtz gets inside, fade away, yes!
Big time shot there by Aiden Warnholtz. Every time Carleton needs a big bucket, he's there to perform.
He's got 15 now. 7 for 9 from the field. 7 assists and 3 rebounds. Fade away, that bad. Just can't get that touch going. Is Guillaume.
Yeah, and you talk about details and personnel. Did you see how hard they contested that fadeaway, right? Like, they've seen that fadeaway hundreds of times, and yeah, we're going to take another look at that. We had Connor Vreeken guarding in the post here. No, sorry, this one is Aiden Warnholtz. Great balance, great fadeaway, creates separation from 2 defenders, and beautiful shot.
You see how he was locked in with his eyes? He saw the 2 defenders.
He's constantly reading.
He's like, yeah, okay, I know I got the space. This is my shot. I've practiced it thousands of times. I'm going to knock it down. Going deep inside his bag. Shepard. Inside, lays it up and in, and this is the one guy that they need to get going if you're the Ravens.
Absolutely. If Grant Shepard can give them an inside attack, that helps their offense greatly.
0-2 with the floater. He'll flip it in. He's got a quick 5 points for the GGs, keeping them within striking distance. Warnholtz, blocked by Brock Newton. lays it off, and Stajic knocks it out of bounds, out of the hands of Connor Vraken.
Great block there by Stajic. Closed up any space that they had in the paint there, and they're making every shot difficult.
So Vraken will go to the bench. Serafin will come in for the Ravens. Here's Shepard powering it up. Can't finish this time with the left hand. Bailey tried to put back Serafin all over the floor with Stajic. And possession arrow will stay with the Ravens.
First one to the floor wins, as they say, and Serafin, great job getting on the floor there.
And that's usually the indicator right there of what team really wants this game.
Absolutely.
It's the hustle plays. Those are the plays that don't show up on the stat sheet.
Absolutely. And intangibles are things that help you win championships, and both these teams are very, very high on intangibles.
Warren Holtz, fake, step back three-pointer. Leaves it short, flying out of the sky, Serafin, and that's just out of the reach of Warren Holtz. What an athletic rebound by that young man, Serafin. Reggie got up for it, 6'5" freshman from Ottawa. Cole Newton turns the corner, reversal, not there. And standing defense on the ball by Latif. Here's Latif now. Wazir gets inside. He'll lay it off to Shepard. Shepard now banging down low, draws the double. Every time he catches it, that double comes late. Wazir puts it in from downtown. Latif, okay.
Huge shot there from Wazir Latif. They definitely needed that. Great kick out by Grant Shepard.
Leads up to 10 for the Ravens. That's their largest. Stajic. Pepin, blow by. Pepin is bumped by Serafin, and Pepin will go to the line to shoot two.
Let's take another look at this play. We got Aiden Warren Holtz attacking off the dribble, draws a second defender. Nothing but net. Wazir Latif, huge shot. Started with a kick out from Grant Shepard, and that's what deep post possession creates. Great ball movement and execution there by Carleton.
As Latif will sit down, along with Shepard and Bailey. Semaha will check in. Mercado, along with Vraken. Pepin will shoot two. Guillaume struggling, 1 for 10 from the floor, but 0 for 6 from downtown.
He really wants to get going. Ottawa faithful want him to get going. He's their go-to guy. He's their stud. So we need him to bounce back and gain some confidence to take a shot at this game.
So a whistle. Clock never moved. Kevin Lee, one of the 3 officials tonight, getting things cleared up. Good look at Aiden Warholtz. What a player he has been in this Carleton program. And they had a number of great players. You look at the Scrub brothers, Phil and Thomas. Boy, they were great, weren't they?
Oh, and you mentioned all-time Carleton greats. I'll give a shout-out to my guy, Japheth Mazaruka, all-Canadian, really one of the original Carleton superstars that started this whole run. He sent me a message here at halftime saying that we were killing the broadcast, and it means a lot coming from an all-time great like Japheth Mazaruka.
OG, baby, an OG. Yes, 2003, sir. Man. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Yeah, the broadcast crew, too. Got to give it up to Universal, the best in the business. I've said it several times throughout my career as a broadcaster in many different sports on many different stages. Serafin had to change that shot in the air, and that's to compete there down low defensively by the GGs. Guillaume Pepin, close out by Warren Holtz. They don't want this guy to get going.
No space for Pepin to operate whatsoever. Just no breathing room.
3-ball. Vraken steps into the 3.
Big shot. Big shot for Vraken.
Brock Newton catches it. And he'll be called for the travel. He'll much rather take the travel violation than the charge.
Yeah, and Carleton is turning it up. They're turning up the pressure offensively and defensively, and Ottawa has to get back in sync here.
Outscoring the GGs 10-6 in this third quarter and controlling the pace, more importantly. Warnholz. Okado. Samaha looking for Warnholz. And Samaha will be called for the moving screen. So Samaha will most likely check out. Bailey will check back in. Shepard comes back into the game. Fraken as well will get a blow.
Cole Newton's the guy that wants to get going again. He had a really strong start to the game.
Stuyach. Baseline drive. Drops it off to Cole Newton. And Newton's called for the walk.
That was an opportunity for him to get back on track there. Got happy feet. Unfortunately, bad turnover there for Ottawa.
Approaching the midway point here in the third. Alongside Nate Philippe. Vince Williams on hand. There's Warnholz. Warnholz spins. Okada, and it almost looked like he got away with the walk. Shuffled those puppies before he put the ball on the deck.
Yeah, he's been called for 2 travels, and at least 1 he got away with, so he's got to clean up the footwork here.
Turnover number 12 for the Ravens. Latif will come back in. Warnholz will sit down and won't be long. Latafi Charles, opportunity to get him some all-important rest. Cole Newton, Guillaume Pepin, sidestep, 3-pointer, too strong. Pepin draws again, won't fall. Third chance, Pepin, this time, kick out to Stuyach. Stuyach now, Gometa will try, yeah! Okay, 3 chances there for the GGs, and Gometa able to solve the Rubik's Cube and knocks down the 3-pointer.
And again, we talk about offensive rebounding. You give a high-level team 3 shots at it, they're going to stick 1. Big second and third shots there for Ottawa.
Up to 8 offensive rebounds for the GGs. Floater fade away, Latif.
Big time answer by Wazir Latif.
He's got 5 in the quarter for the Ravens. Lead back up to 10. Cole Newton now skip pass, ripped away by Latif.
Yeah, that can't happen in a game like this. That's a costly turnover. Coach Darrenway hates that play.
Turnover number 9 committed by the GGs. Here's Bailey, draws the double. Stuyach steals it. Pepin can't control it. Serafin, he's fouled by Stuyach. And Reggie Serafin will shoot a pair. Well, look at all the ball movement by Ottawa. The GG's just moving it around here.
Yeah, and here you got a drive by Guillaume Pepin. Finds an open Stuyach. Draws the defense. Great footwork. Finds an open shooter. Sticks it. Big shot for the GG's. They're trying to make a run here.
We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe
la raison, elles trouveront leur
chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
Back in Halifax, good look at the Ravens. Okado, 10-point lead for the back-to-back defending champions and 16-time Final 8 national champions. These guys really know how to play on the biggest stage. They got defeated in their conference championship at home, kind of embarrassed really by the GGs at the Nest. One that's in the back of their mind, playing for pride, knowing that the GGs went in there and really stuck it to them.
Stuck it to them on their home floor in the Ravens' Nest. You know, they beat them by 22, which is something that doesn't happen often to Carleton. So, you know, they have a bad taste in their mouth, and they've been thinking about that game ever since. And you know, they're showing they're highly motivated for this game.
Seraphine will miss the first. Second one's good. Back up to 11-point deficit for the GGs. Stein tries to get inside, cut off by Seraphine. Pepe, fade away. It's good. Shakes his head as Guillaume continuing to get outside his head. He's in his head right now. He's trying to build that confidence thing.
That's a big shot for him. You know, you can see that's the weight of the world lifted off of his shoulders. He really wanted that one.
And Warren Holtz will draw the foul. And that'll be on Stuyach. That'll be his third. And it'll be the 14th foul on the GGs. Next one will be in the penalty. Freaking, it's good from downtown.
Too
Close.
easy.
That closeout way too slow.
Yeah, way too easy.
Pepe.
Can't give him a clean look like that for a knockdown shooter like him. That's way too easy.
Dragon can't get the floater to go. Great defense on the other end by the Ravens. Shepard now looking to get it inside. Freaking steps out, pitches it inside. Going to work on Brock Newton. 3 ball. Won't fall for Seraphine. Had a good look there on the kick out by Shepard. Stuyach for 3, puts it in from way out. And they really needed that 3 to go down.
Huge shot for the GGs. Want to stay within striking distance here.
And Guameta will be called for the foul. Elliot Bailey looking to check back in. Cubstar hasn't been in there for a while. He'll come in.
Yeah, we're going to take a look here at the Carleton 3. So we got a kick out to Wazir Latif. Great open look there. Connor Vraken stepping into an uncontested 3. That absolutely can't happen. We got a baseline out of bounds, and again, breakdown. Vraken, too good of a shooter to give him that much space. That's going to be down every single time.
8 of 16 from downtown are the Ravens. On the other hand, the GGs, 5 of 16 from beyond the arc. And we talked about that matchup in that championship game. Warnholz was held to 15 points. Shepard had 8 and 6. So an off night. Ooh, nice back Guameta.
He's been a major factor in this game. Guameta has been fantastic. Great cut there, cutting behind the defense and giving himself a chance.
He's up to 9. He's perfect from the floor. 3 for 3. Stuyach inside, trying to find. In comes Side.
Yeah, Pepe was open on the perimeter there. Wish he could have that one back and find Pepe open for a rhythm 3.
So a timeout called by the GGs. A 9-point game. Both of these teams trying to make some adjustments. Not many. They're just going to continue to be surgical with their game plan. But if you're the GGs right now, you got to do a little bit more on the defensive end and try to get into the open floor and force the Ravens into making mistakes while having possession of the ball, not getting it and having to actually inbound the basketball where they can get back on defense and set up their half-court defensive strategy.
Yeah, and Vince, I can tell you from experience, you know, coaching in the OUA for 5 years at York, seeing these teams that were both in our division for my full 5 years, when you play these teams, you just can't make mistakes. There can't be self-inflicted wounds. And that's the thing, is you got to force them to beat you. It can't be you beating yourself, right? Because anytime you make any kind of a mistake against Ottawa and Carleton, they're going to make you pay every single time, right? So one turnover turns into 3 points, 2 points, right? And every single mistake gets compounded. You give up an offensive rebound, that's going to be a foul or an open three, right? So you just can't make mistakes and have self-inflicted wounds against either of these teams.
Yeah, GG's got to continue to up the tempo. They have 12 points off of 12 turnovers compared to 4 points off the 9 turnovers that they have committed.
Yeah, turnovers have been key, and again, can't have self-inflicted wounds. Huge shot there for Gil Pepin. And it looks like he's starting to get in rhythm. Looks much more comfortable.
Lead down to 7. Pepin, he's got 9 now. 3 of 14 from the field. 0 for 8 from downtown. Warren Holtz always has an answer. He'll lay it up and in. Is the All-Canadian.
Well, and we've been saying it all weekend. Big-time players make big-time plays, and every time the opponent makes a big play, Aiden Warrenholtz has an answer.
Kamsa is fouled by Mayer. He'll push him in the lane, and Grant Shepard will come in for Evan. He'll sit down. So Taffy Charles really just trying to use up those 5 fouls with Mayer. Try to body up Josh in Kamsa. Cole Newton blocked by Shepard.
What a block. Grant Shepard shows the athleticism there. Tremendous block.
With the finger roll.
Beautiful. Beautiful defense to offense conversion. Nice finish. Great block by Grant Shepard.
Sweet finish. George Gervin, baby. Brometta on the drive. Count it. It won't count, actually. As Kevin Lee, one of the 3 officials, immediately calls it off.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this last basket by Carleton. Beautiful basketball here. Transition. Connor Vraken. Nobody's stopping ball. That's going to be down. Have to stop ball early in transition.
So those fans out there unfamiliar with George Gervin, the Iceman, he was famous for the finger roll.
Yep.
And that was on full display and full transition. He was going full speed there.
Also known as the Tootsie Roll. Very nice finish there by Connor Vraken.
Okay, that must be the new school.
Oh, yeah.
Shepard inside. Good catch on the baseline. Warrenholtz, baseline jumper, bucket. Just a tactician is Aiden Warrenholtz.
The surgeon cutting him up precisely.
He's got 19 now on 8 of 13 shooting and 9 assists. Foul on Serafang. They're over the limit, so Cole Newton will shoot 2.
And we talked about that foul scenario in the first half. 2 hands on the offensive player is an automatic foul. So very limited contact there, but as soon as you have 2 hands on the offensive player, it's an automatic foul.
So Newton will knock down the first. His brother Brock looking to get into the game. Comes with the rebound. Trying to bang down low with Shepard. Re-entry, picked off. Shepard does well to knock it away. Serafang's got to hurt. Throws it up in desperation. It will count if it goes.
Oh, it almost went.
And that almost went down. After 3 quarters completed, the Ravens lead by 12. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Fans, you too can celebrate each U Sports team's gold medal with Victory, your very own commemorative apparel from T. Litson Sports. Swimming fans of the UBC Thunderbirds and the U of T Varsity Blues, while wrestling fans of the Brock Badgers and Alberta Pandas have been flocking to shop.usports.ca to purchase their piece of history. On Monday, the championship collection from this tournament will be available for purchase. But hurry, supplies will go fast on this limited time offer. That's the U Sports Championship Collection on sale at shop.usports.ca. Look at that. You can see there on the screen there, Nate, national champions. Looks like a Marauder there, McMaster hoodie. Gotta get mine.
It's a sweet looking hoodie.
For sure, lots of gear to have. You got lots of gear. I've been teasing you all weekend long. I'm still hoping for you to bring some. Hopefully tomorrow, my wish will come true, and maybe Christmas for me too. So share the wealth, big fella.
You're earning it, Vince. You're the hardest working man in showbiz this weekend, and doing fantastic work, Vince. It's an honor working beside you and learning from the pro.
It's the same, my friend. It's the same. We have lots of people that are doing the hard and heavy lifting behind the scenes with the sights and sounds, bringing you the pictures and the action that tell the story. Universum, the best in the crew. The best crew that is in the business. Oh, this shot there, that bunny's got to go down if you're the GGs.
Those are absolute killer. Defensive breakdown finally by Carleton. You know, they haven't shown many. You got a free layup and you got to stick that.
Point blank range there for Brock Newton. 10 times out of 10, he doesn't miss that layup. Here's Wazir Latif. Had an outstanding third quarter. Backdoor, Latif lays it up and in. Right on cue, Wazir gets it done. That was a very high basketball IQ play.
Yeah, heads up play there by Wazir Latif. As soon as you see your offensive player ball watching a little bit, hard backdoor cut. Grant Shepard pays him off. That was a beautiful play.
0-2 for 3. Can't get it to fall. A foul by Wazir Latif. He was battling down low. That'll be his third. Team's first. Trying to keep Josh and Kumsa off the boards. Quick ball movement. Blow by. Pepin, three-pointer, won't go. And the struggles continuing from downtown for Guillaume Pepin. 0 for 9 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and Kumsa gave him a great look there. Driving kick, you know, shows his mobility and nimbleness for a big man. Set up Pepin beautifully, and, you know, again, Ottawa's got to capitalize on these opportunities if they want to win this game.
Yeah, it didn't look like Kumsa was definitely not going to take that three. He just wanted to draw the defense, and that was very high basketball IQ as well, finding his shooter in the corner.
Yeah, know your strengths and your weaknesses. The true great players know what they do well, and it was a great play by Kumsa there.
Turnover by the Ravens. Elliot Bailey checking in for the first time here in the fourth.
We talked about Bailey. It hasn't been a productive couple of days for him. He definitely wants to get going, and he's better than what he's shown so far this tournament.
GGs need to capitalize off the turnover. O'Toole, the teardrop, goes up the air ball. Kevin O'Toole struggled a little bit tonight as well.
He is, and again, know your personnel. Carleton is definitely trying to take away Kevin O'Toole, and they've been effective in doing it.
Dragon, though, he is not struggling. He knocks it down from beyond the arc. That's number 4.
Stojic has been fantastic today. He's really keeping them in it. You know, one of the best games I've seen him play this year for sure.
4 for 5 from downtown. He's got 12 to lead the way. And Okado says, I can match you down the other end. His three-pointer, an exclamation point.
He sure doesn't look like a rookie, does he? OUA all-rookie team, and he's got maturity beyond his years. He's playing basketball this weekend.
Pepe again tries from downtown. Saved on the end line by Brock Newton. Stiach can't deliver on the three. Now Warren Holtz will bring it over the timeline. Warren Holtz stumbles, gives it up. 2-on-1, 3-on-1 developing. Stiach lays it up and in, and he wanted the and one. Timeout called by Taffy Charles, and he's very animated. Frustrated is Charles. Run here by the GGs. Maybe this will be the moment where they step on the gas. We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics, as well as a knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics. Proven technology is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the launch of FLW Analytics in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. Fourth quarter here. Ravens up by 12 on the GGs alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand here at the Scotiabank Center. Semifinal number 1. Semifinal number 2 will go later in the evening. It will be the Vikes and the X-Men. And some heavy lifting, some work to do here left in semifinal number 1.
Oh,
Stiach,
that's a tough call.
Tied up. In the next game, the X-Men and the Vikes, approximately 8:15 Atlantic Standard Time, 7:15 in the Eastern Standard Time Zone.
That's going to be an absolute classic, Vince. Can't wait for that one.
Fans out west will be ready from the University of Victoria. Clocks go ahead as well. There's one less hour of sleep for you, big fella. One less hour for me as well. I'm not too happy about that, but I'm very happy to see spring coming soon.
Yeah, we don't need sleep with all this basketball action this weekend.
Okay, that's a good point. You got me there.
We're rocking and rolling.
Cole Newton, count it, plus the foul. And Cole will go to the line to attempt to complete the three-point play. And this time the freshman got caught in the air. And that was a crafty move there by the sophomore from Fergus, Ontario, Cole Newton.
Great use of the ball fake, get your defender off his feet, and there's only been a few moments that Ocado showed his youth, and that was one of them. Great ball fake there by Cole Newton.
He'll capitalize on the N1, lead down to 9. Full court pressure being applied. Trying to up the tempo and force the Ravens into mistakes. Calmly, they get it over the timeline. They've seen that press several times. Stiach though steals it away from Warren Holtz. Stiach attacks Warren Holtz, and Dragon will go to the line to shoot a pair.
It's actually a really good foul there by Aiden Warren Holtz to take away a guaranteed 2 and force him to make 2 from the free throw line. Another heads-up, high IQ play by Aiden Warnholtz.
And the GGs have struggled from the stripe tonight, 18 of 26 on the season as a team. They shoot it right there. That's their percentage, 69. But that percentage has to go up in these type of games.
Vince, we talked about it in the first half that missed free throws could come back to bite the Ottawa GGs, and hopefully they can still make a run here. It's still within reach, but yeah, empty trip, 0 for 2. That's absolutely killer.
Here's Fraykin, who's come back in. Shepard's out there as well, along with Latif. Bailey. Warnholtz takes out 0-2 off the drop. Drops it off to Shepard.
Great
pass.
Great pass by Aiden Warnholtz. Again, shot fake, get your man off his feet, drop off pass to your other All-Canadian, and beautiful basketball.
Lead back up to double digits. 0-2 on the drive. And that'll be a goaltend. Goaltend on Shepard as he tipped it as it was on its way down.
Yeah, let's take another look at this play. Beautiful footwork, great patience by Aiden Warnholtz. Drop off pass to Grant Shepard, one of the best big men in Carleton history, and he is making it work.
There was no way that he was going to blow that layup. He almost was looking to throw it down on the baseline.
Grant Shepard is a special player, and we talked about the CBL and the impact that it's had. Grant Shepard, a guy that's benefited from the CBL, and yeah, he's a stud.
Fraykin off the bounce. Fraykin gets inside. Can't finish. Good closeout and recovery by Cole Newton. Here's 0-2. Gometas come back in for the GGs. Cole Newton surveying. Skip pass, quick ball movement. Grometa three-pointer. Wow, shot off the side of the backboard. And the GG struggle from downtown continued. 6 of 22 from beyond the arc. They shoot it at 33% on the season. Yesterday it was at 35%. They were lights out. 10 for 28 versus the Westmen. But this is not the Westmen. No disrespect to them. As Fraykin's shot couldn't beat the shot clock. Maybe this is the point where they need to really turn things on. Time is running out. 4:42 remaining here. Absolutely. You're not going to get many more chances versus this Carleton squad.
No, you're right, Vince. This is the time the GGs have to crank it up and make a run. Clock is running and time is running out. Very good defensive possession there. They got to stop. Now they need to capitalize and get a good offensive possession.
Steyich. Cole Newton backing down Fraykin. Kicks it out. Dragons got to get busy. Gets inside. Forces one up. And an errant finger. Looks like it poked Aiden Warnholtz in the face. And it looks like Elliot Bailey would be called for the foul. Warnholtz is down.
Yeah, and now is the time where you're starting to look at the clock and figure out exactly what you need to execute here in crunch time. This is it. It's for all the marbles, survive in advance. We've been talking about it all weekend, and GG's need a spark here to try and bring it back to a 1 or 2 possession game.
And right on cue, big fella. Coach Deruin calls a timeout.
Exactly.
Part of that game management. Talk things over, the regroup. Get things on the right track here because time is running out for the GGs.
It is, and they're still right there, right? They're within striking distance. They're where they want to be, but they've had some really good opportunities that they haven't capitalized on, like the missed free throws, like a couple of missed layups, a couple of missed open threes, where Carleton will make you pay for every one of those breakdowns. So, we've got 4:42 left here to make a run. And, they still got a shot, but they can't have self-inflicted wounds.
Well, if you're paying attention to the stats, 16 turnovers committed by the Ravens, 17 points off of those turnovers.
Yeah.
That stat is the separation. That stat is the GG's opportunity to get things done. But they need to force the Ravens into making those mistakes.
Yeah, exactly, and they've got to capitalize on those opportunities. I mean, it's very, very rare Carleton would turn it over 17 times. You don't see that very often, but GGs have to capitalize on those opportunities.
Pepin.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
He wanted the foul on Bailey, didn't get the whistle. Here's Freakin on the drive, another finger roll.
Wow.
Oh, Connor Freakin. Come on, man.
No, and you have to stop the ball in transition. You know, one of the things U Ottawa is very good at. But Connor Vraken had 2 uncontested finger rolls at the rim. And Coach Darren is going to hate that. I'm sure that's something they drill every day. Stop ball in transition, and way too easy. Another breakdown. And an offensive foul here on Ottawa. Another breakdown.
So Grametta will be called for the foul. Kevin O'Toole will come in for the GGs. 11-point lead for the Ravens. Serafine back in there.
And a lot of this is wear and tear, right? It's exhausting, you know, every one of these games. And you have to fight through that fatigue. You know, both teams are exhausted. You know, players are playing heavy minutes, and you can't have room for breakdowns, right? It's dig in and find that extra gear, right? That extra intestinal fortitude to come up with big plays and perform down the stretch, and that's what Ottawa needs here.
And they're a breakdown on that offensive sequence for the Ravens. Gigi's able to force the turnover. O'Toole for 3. Won't fall. Run out. Vraken chases it down. Saves it on the sideline. Shepard's inside. Shepard block. Gets it back. Pepin's there challenging. In Kamsa as well.
Big stop by U Ottawa. Great hands there by Pepin to block that shot.
Pepin, 3-pointer. Just can't find the range. Newton though with the follow-up. Cole Newton slashes inside, and he'll lay it up and in off the glass.
Timely basket there by Cole Newton. Great awareness to put that back.
Lead back down to 9. Quick ball movement, breaking baseline,
and that's a charge
on both ends of the floor.
Great job, Cole Newton. Great job, Cole Newton. And here you go. Contested shot, very, very tough shot for Pepin, the type of shot he's gotten all night, but Cole Newton is there. Follow and finish. Big time play for Cole Newton, and then he draws a charge on the other end. Yep. Doing it on both ends.
Looked like Bailey didn't want to pick up that foul. Kind of an Olay play there, just kind of swung his arms. No resistance there. GG's trying to cut into this lead.
Nice pass.
And he'll get it. And he'll go to the line for the and 1. And the next game coming up, St. Vex, University of Victoria, the Vikes and the X-Men, approximately 8:15 here on CBC Sports. All the action, CBCSports.ca and usports.ca, along with CBC Channel.
Yeah, and we still have this game to finish. Fantastic pass there by Drajan Stagic. He's been phenomenal today. Draws a defender, wraparound pass to Nkamsa. You know, Josh wishes he could have that one back and stick it, but wow, what a pass.
You talked about it several times, Nate. What a pleasure it is for, you know, just the fans an opportunity to see this rivalry play out at the national stage between these two teams. They've been battling for a very long time. They've been staples as top teams in the country every single year, and they're showing it right here on the biggest stage under the brightest lights.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, Vince, and I said this yesterday, and I really believe this, that if it weren't for Carleton, U Ottawa GGs would have at least 1 or 2 national championships. They've been that caliber of program for many, many years, you know, going back to players like Warren Ward, Johnny Barra-Mescal, right? They've had some phenomenal players. James Derwin, one of the best coaches in Canada, and the Ravens have been in their way. And you know, they were hoping that this year was the year that they could break through. They still have a little bit of a window here, but the window's closing fast. So, you know, time to make some plays and try and make it happen. And this has been another classic.
And you can't forget the great coach, Bob Obilovich. 2014, the Ravens stood in the way of the GGs. 79-67 in Ottawa. They won it in the final. 2015, in back-to-back years, the Ravens once again come up with an answer, 93-46 in Toronto.
Yeah, and to be fair, the Ravens have been in a lot of teams' way, you know, if we're being totally honest, right? But Ottawa definitely wants to get over that hump, and they got 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to do it.
Yeah, as I was preparing for this tournament, I was looking at the all-time record. It's glaring. There's a lot of zeros on the end of the records for the Ravens in this competition in regards to losses. Warnholtz drives. Here's Latif. Got to get busy. Under 5 on the shot clock, and 0-2 will bail out the Ravens there. Try to pick that pass off. Runs into Warnholtz. That's his third and team's fourth. So on the next one, they're over the limit. Ravens will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Carleton, those over the limit. So if you're the GGs, you got to attack downhill. You can get points with free throws without the clock moving, but the free throw shooting has not been stellar tonight for the GGs. 18 of 29 from the stripe.
They've left a lot of meat on the table with missed free throws, and that's something that they're going to be spending a lot of time thinking about this offseason.
And Warnholtz takes 0-2 right to the rim, and he'll lay it up and in. Warnholtz, 23 points, the lead away, rebounding. After that, lackluster performance, you got to say it, got to be honest. In the Wilson Cup, one that he will tell you himself, he didn't play his best game.
Absolutely. No, and revenge is a dish best served cold, right? And I think for Carleton, you know, they've had a bad taste in their mouth since that Wilson Cup. They've wanted revenge. I think Ottawa wanted to face them again here at the national stage. And you know, it's coming down to the wire here, and GGs are trying to make a run here.
Got to make the three throws. Minute 55. Free throws, very important now. Got to put the rest of the game behind you that already happened. Just look forward for the moment, at this moment, the present time.
They needed those 2 big free throws there by Dragan Stogic.
7-point game. Here's Franken. He's been outstanding in the second half. 0-2, steals it, hustle all over the floor. Stiles, won't fall. 0-2, and 0-2. And Stiles and Bailey hitting the deck. They're just getting after. Desperate times for the GGs.
Great hustle play there. Great hustle play there, diving on the floor for the loose ball. Both teams want this bad. Here we go, first to the floor wins. Scrambling all over the place. They want to get this win badly. Thought that Dragan Stogic had the putback there. 0-2, great opportunity, and that is a foul. Ottawa needs to capitalize here and stick 2 free throws.
0-2 will shoot 2. First one, nothing but net. As we mentioned, Kevin struggling from downtown tonight, but he's been pretty good from the free throw line. He's only missed 1. Nothing but net on the second.
There you go.
5-point game. 90 seconds remaining here in this semifinal. Number 1 in regulation. Connor Franken trying to take Cole Newton off the bounce. Gets inside, fade away. Yes! Wow. Connor Franken, ice water in his veins.
Huge shot, Connor Franken. Great fadeaway, soft touch, beautiful shot.
He's got 23 on the game as Franken. Stepping up in the biggest time.
There
puts
it
it
is.
In. Timely 3 by Guillaume Pepin. And the sharpshooter continuing the fire from beyond the arc. And it comes up big in the biggest moment. 4-point game under a minute to go. Here's Connor Franken telling guys to go away. I'm going to take this guy man to man. Cole Newton, Freakin, inside. Freakin banks it in. Connor Freakin.
Wow.
Take a bow, Mr.
Wow.
Freakin.
Huge take there by Connor Vreeken, and you see the evolution of Connor Vreeken. Not something he would have done 1 or 2 years ago. Calls his own number. Big-time players make big-time plays. That's a fantastic finish.
Connor Vreeken, 6'5" junior, the pride of Kingston, Ontario. We mentioned that yesterday. A lot of hoopers from Kingston, Ontario, a hotbed for basketball.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at these last 2 possessions. Huge possessions here down the stretch. Cole Newton taking it off the bounce, creates a shot for Guillaume Pépin. Huge shot. Guillaume Pépin's been doing this his whole career. And on the other end, nope. And there it is. Connor Vreeken calls his own number, wills that thing in against 3 defenders. Fantastic finish for Connor Vreeken.
You talk about this young man's confidence. He wouldn't have done it a couple years ago, but he's stepping up. Taffy Charles believes in his talent. The team believes in its talent. Aiden Warnholtz could have said, hey, listen, I'm going to come get it. Let me do the heavy lifting. They trusted Vreeken. Vreeken said, get out of the way. I don't need the screen. Just believe in my talent. Believe in me right now. The moment is not big enough for me to handle. I'm going to put the team on my back, and I'm going to deliver.
Yeah, that was a big-time take, and you know, Vince, we've seen him over his career. 1 or 2 years ago, he would barely bring the ball up. He wouldn't put together 2 or 3 dribbles. You know, now he's bringing the ball up, calling ISO in the biggest moments, and wow, what a finish.
2-possession game. GG's need an answer. Pepin off the pin down. 3-ball won't go. Bodies hitting the deck. As they are leaving it all out there on the floor. Okado gets up. He's shaking up on the play. Stajic will make his way down the other end slowly. And a couple free throws coming up here as the GGs are over the limit. And Connor Vreeken will shoot 2.
Yeah, and Ottawa had the right idea there. You know, it's basically a 2-for-1 opportunity. Tried to get a quick shot and make sure they had 2 possessions left in this game. And, you know, put the ball in the hands of your best players, and Guillaume Pépin has proven that he's the guy. Unfortunately, comes up short, and big stop for Carleton.
Vreeken, ice water in his veins, knocks down both. 27 points for Vreeken. Newton's 3, way off. Saved by 0-2. Pépin gets inside, plus the foul. As Shepard with the help a little late. As Pépin will go to the line to complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I like that. I like that decision by Guillaume Pépin. You know, don't settle for a tough contested 3. Take it to the basket and earn 3 the old-school way. Great take there by Guillaume Pépin. Let's take another look. Reverse. Hard, aggressive take, left-hand finish, and the foul. Great take. Need your best players to step up in the biggest moments, and Guillaume Pépin is big time. Great take.
Gotta knock down this free throw. Can't get it to go.
Again, free throws. Story of this game for University of Ottawa.
Warnholtz pitches ahead. Okada. Veteran move right there. Shepard. Vreeken will dribble it out, and the Ravens will get their revenge here in Halifax. They will survive and move on to play for gold. And what's new? Nothing for
Fantastic
them.
performance. I mean, listen, this is a legacy that's lasted 19 years. You know, a lot of people are tired of hearing about it, but listen, the proof is in the pudding. They are getting it done, and that was a phenomenal performance in the biggest moment. Great job by the Ravens. Aiden Warnholtz was lights out. Connor Vreeken stepped up big when they needed it. Grant Shepard proving he's an All-Canadian, and fantastic performance by Carleton against a very, very good University of Ottawa GG's program.
So the Ravens will look to win number 17 in their storybook program. And the up-to-date bracket is set for one of the 4 teams playing in the semifinals. the Carleton Ravens. There it is, the Ravens signal right there in the middle, Nate. They will be here tomorrow night, ready to defend their championship.
And look, every season is different, and they have been pushed to this tournament, right? Yesterday came down to the wire with UCAM, came down to the last possession, and again, the GGs gave them everything they could handle. Hasn't been an easy road there, and hats off, champions make champion plays, and what a performance by the Carleton Ravens today to knock off the GGs who, look like this could have been their year to win the title.
And there's Dragan Stajic. He'll be named the Nike Player of the Game for the Ottawa GGs. As Taffy Charles will look to complete the dynasty 3 in a row and keep this thing rolling for the Ravens. And on the other side, Connor goes to Aiden Warnholtz. They're going to give it to Aiden Warnholtz. I would have went with Connor Vraken. And you can see his teammates, Great teammate is Warren Holtz, and we'll take a look at Warren Holtz.
We're going to take a look at Aiden Warren Holtz, just precise, surgical precision with every movement, every dribble, every shot is calculated, textbook, and he is a baller of the highest caliber here in Canada.
Standing by is the Nike Player of the Game, Aiden Warren Holtz. Aiden, outstanding game for you, but I got to put you on the spot. You are the ultimate teammate. Connor Vraken played his heart out tonight.
Yeah, I definitely thought he deserved the player of the game there for sure. He came up huge for us. He struggled a little bit in the first game, but I played with this guy for 7 years now, and I had complete confidence in him that he was going to have a big game tonight. So I know what he can do. We all know what he can do. So he just went out there and played his game. So amazing job from him.
And now getting back to you, what does it mean to win this game tonight? You didn't get it done in the Wilson Cup, and you had an opportunity tonight to exercise those demons.
It's huge. Obviously, they're a really good team. That's the fourth time we've faced them this year, so we knew it wasn't going to be easy. Obviously, they got the best of us last time. So we just came in here ready to fight, and obviously glad to be back, have another chance at a championship tomorrow night. What's it
going to take to win gold tomorrow?
It's going to be another tough game. Whoever's in it knows there's big stakes. So we're going to have to fight, prepare like we always do, and just be ready for a war.
Thanks for this, Aiden. We appreciate you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Aiden Warren Holtz, an outstanding game, but boy, oh boy, I tell you, Vraken had an outstanding game as well. He played phenomenal tonight. Quick thoughts here, Nate.
It was a balanced effort by Carleton. Multiple players in double digits. Grant Shepard showed out. They got great contribution by Connor Vraken. Aiden Warren Holtz is the All-Canadian that he is. Wazir Latif gave them a huge lift. Even Okaro had fantastic minutes. So it was a team effort, balanced, and great performance by the Ravens.
So the bracket is set on one side. We're waiting for the other. The road to the gold medal game tomorrow night. The next game coming up, it'll be St. FX versus University of Victoria. So for the hardworking people behind the scenes, providing all the pictures and sounds here at Scotiabank Center, and for Nate Philippe, I'm Vince Williams saying thank you for watching the 2023 U Sports Final 8 Men's Basketball Championship on CBC Sports. So long from Halifax.
U-Sports on CBC, les championnats U-Sport, brought to you in part by, vous êtes présenté par, Nike Team, just do it, faites-le. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues de championnat U-Sport. Fox 40, celebrating a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport depuis 10 ans. By Veraburn, proud medical supplier to university sports since 1979. Fier partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. The Government of Canada. Le gouvernement du Canada.